Thank you so much, Timothy. All right, hi everyone, Mingalaba. I'm Queenie from INTI Malaysia. I believe Yes Education Partner have been working closely with us for quite some time for Burmese market, and I think today is more towards meet and greet you guys. You might be actually meeting me maybe previously, but I believe most of you guys are actually quite new for Malaysia market. So let me introduce a little bit about Malaysia. All right, so I'm actually trying to share my screen full screen. So after sharing my screen full screen, I might be unable to see everyone or even the chat box. So Timothy, if you have they have questions, please just let me know as well. Yeah. All right. So as Inti, we are actually from Malaysia. All right. So with Malaysia, we do have different culture. We do have different races. We do have different landscape. We do have different people, and also I would say experience when you comparing to UK, you are comparing to Australia, you are comparing to Singapore or even Thailand. So with us over here, people over here, we have different races. Me myself is a Chinese Malaysian. Am I looking like a Chinese? But yes, I'm actually born and grow in Malaysia. My parents are Malaysian. My grandparents is actually not from Malaysia, they are from China. So same towards Chinese Malay, Chinese Indian. We are actually born fully over here. And meanwhile, we have been actually, I would say, staying together for quite numbers of years, okay, to be actually having the cultural differences from our end as well. All right. So with the landscape difference, as a lot of students when coming over Malaysia, they will be considering, hey, I want something near to Kuala Lumpur. I want related on cost effective. I want related on something that actually possible for me to get a job in future. All right. So from here, yes, our landscape is slightly different. I think it's similar like Myanmar. We do have big city like Yangon, Mandalay, or even Taoji. We also have certain urban city, for example, like Kachin states and also other cities that actually from our end Malaysia as well. Same do we all. All right. So going into the big city like Kuala Lumpur, Johor Bahru, Penang, it will be a big city options for students. But if you are looking into certain further from the city, you can see Nilai City. You can see somehow on for example, Ipoh. You can see a little bit on other cities like Sabah and Sarawak from our Borneo side. So as the landscape difference, it will be slightly an opportunity for students to choose. All right, to choose what they are interested for from Malaysia as well. Because why in India itself, we do have flexible choice for students based on their academic, based on their background, based on the budget for them to choose the campuses. Later in few other slides, I will be actually explaining the details as well. All right. So going into cuisine. So if you mention about cuisine itself, okay, we do have different food. We do have different taste. Okay. If you like something spicy, you like something not spicy, you like something that halal or not halal, we have the options over here as well with our different food and beverage over here. And last but not least, as I mentioned about landscape, as I mentioned about tourist attractions, because we have parents that are actually considering to come over during the holiday of our students. All right, we do have different location. We have island, we have mountain, we have beaches, we have very nice city, we have very nice area that actually able to recommend to our students to explore as tourist attractions. So generally, Malaysia, we do have located in Southeast Asia region. We are above Singapore and Indonesia, but we are below Thailand as a location of the world. Right? So going into the capital city, it will be Kuala Lumpur, or even people will be mentioning Wilayah Persekutuan. This is one of our main capital city, but for sure you will be familiar like Subang Jaya, you will be familiar like Cheras, you will be familiar like Penang. Okay, these are the few areas that a lot of institutions are actually actually happening in that area. All right. So as I mentioned about races, we do have different ethnic, Chinese, Malay, Indian, and etc. are having all our life and all our beautiful peaceful moment here. So that's why when you come to Malaysia, or even your students come to Malaysia, they will feel different comparing to the Western country. Why we say so? Because especially going into language. All right. When any students come over here, they will learn more than English. All right. Over here, we speak Malay as general informations that student will need to learn this Bahasa Malaysia. It's similar like Indonesian language. All right. During their academic study in Malaysia, then they will mix along with Chinese Malaysian or even Chinese from China to help on the new language as a Mandarin as one of the spoken language as well. So I will say it's a very, very different culture. It's a very diversity moment if they're exploring Malaysia as a study destination. All right. So without further ado, I will be explaining about INTI Malaysia. If I'm going too fast, please let me know because when I talk, I really cannot see you guys. All right. So let me know if you need any further support. Yeah. All right. So basically, generally for INTI Malaysia itself, we are ranked at 509 for QS World Ranking 2026. So for this QS ranking, yes, we are going into academic. We are going into a lot of global recognitions. Meanwhile, this is not only our academics, professors' responsibility. We have been involved a lot of students during their master's level, PhD level, or even the bachelor final year students to be involved in research collaborations. So it makes different of students' quality coming into the graduations moment. So our students are going for masters, they do have chance to have research partnerships, all right, research partnership with our professors or even lecturers during the classes or even the academic durations as well. So this help not only students have been doing a bachelor, a master's, or even a PhD in INTI, they also involve what is the requirement of a research topic to be official publications in the official publication website. All right, so this is a little bit what we having. So generally 40 years old, especially for education industry from INTI, we have 4 campuses across Malaysia, 3 campuses flexible choice for international students. There's 1 campus, INTI College Sabah. It will be catering more on local Malaysian. The next slide, I will be explaining on the location itself. 16,000 students currently have studying in INTI campuses. We do have students also studying online program with us as well. So from that, it will be another pool of target audience you might be actually interested to push. All right, 1,000 industry partners. This is all the active company that work closely with INTI to help students for employer projects. That's mean academic collaborations with the industries, or even the internship opportunity for students as well. And last but not least, 95,000 alumni have been completed their program, completed their credits hour, completed their journey with INTI, and successful graduate or even transfer abroad. All right. So quick facts about INTI with our campus's location. So let's us go to INTI International University Nilai. It will be our main campus. So our main campus is located not in Kuala Lumpur, but if you are looking into the campus location, it will be 1 hour away from Kuala Lumpur. 1 hour away from Kuala Lumpur. This is we call as Nilai City. So it seems like what Yangon International Airport similarity to Yangon City itself, around 20 minutes from our international airport from Malaysia to Nilai City is around 20 minutes. So this campus, it will be our main campus. Most of the time we mention about campus feeling location. All right, why we mention like that? If you are talking with parents, all right, when you see the environment for our life, parents will like it because everything is inside. The accommodation, the canteen, the academic blocks nearby, those environment, they will be having a convenience area, food and beverage, shopping malls, and everything just in the township of Nilai. But entertainment less so. It means you want to go karaoke, maybe it's very limited. You want to go pub, maybe it's very limited. So obviously, this campus, it will be more on campus life because campus have a full string of different facility for sport related facilities. Gym room, basketball court, soccer court, badminton court, and etc. etc. All right, so over here, it will be our main campus, GED student. GED student, these academic students, they can direct entry to our main campus program. All right, they can direct entry year one. Okay, so if you have question about GED, you can type in the chat box so I can answer it accordingly as well. All right, so GED students can enter directly for this campus. And what are the popular majors actually among Burmese students? I will mention it over here. Computer science related, engineering related, and also biotechnology related. But for sure, we have also students starting from foundation or diploma based on their matriculation score or even their IELTS requirements as well. All right. So because on this campus, we offer from foundation program up to our master's and PhD program. Different range of major, for example, the IT, engineering, biotechnology, business, mass communication, and etc. etc. So this is our main campus. Okay, so after our main campus, we do have INTI International College Subang. Subang campus is our popular campus among all the international students. Why? Because this campus, we are offering different partnership program, all right, different partnership program from UK, from Australia, from France, from America, or even the transfer program that are actually available for students to transfer. Okay, but for sure, when we mention about transfer program, so you will be asking me as well, Queenie, so what are the country the students can transfer from INTI? What are the pathway? How many years? What is the duration? How it works? All right, so we do have transfer opportunity, or even the students don't want to transfer. I am comfortable with Malaysia. I don't want visa restriction here and there. I just want a Malaysian options about overseas degree. We do have it in our INTI International Subang and INTI International Penang. So let me cover Subang first. Subang, as I mentioned about transfer program, we have different country opportunity. We have more than 8 countries for now, all right, that actually allow students to transfer to Canada, to New Zealand, to UK, to even Spain or even Germany from our end as well. So from here, what are the possibility that if the students don't want transfer? If the students don't want transfer, they can stay in Malaysia as doing a franchise program with us as well. Franchise program, it means they study in Malaysia following the system abroad. For example, Australia, for example, UK, for example, France, or even America, but getting an overseas from abroad. All right, everything done in Malaysia, but everything will be following the arrangement of abroad. All right, so from this Subang campus, popular major currently are Myanmar students that are actually currently studying in INTI Subang. It will be design, still going into IT, Swinburne collaborations, computer science and ICT program, design related on interior architect and design, all right, and also our popular hospitality program, diploma in hotel management and culinary program for Burmese students in Subang. So these are the few majors that are popular, but for sure you will get students that are actually interested for foundation, for A level, with diploma, that are actually in different major. And next, going into INTI International College, Penang. Penang, it will be a very, very, I would say, popular hub. Okay, why I mention hub? Because nowadays there's a lot of multinational company that actually having their branch out or even set up company over there, including IT industry or even construction industries. So they do have opportunity for students, not only internship, we also assisting students to recommend them to get an opportunity after their graduations as well. So for Penang campus, what we are popular, we are very popular with our Cambridge A-level program and also UK system master's related major and also computer science related major. So if you are comparing about costing, for sure, let me go into level. Costing wise, INTI Nilai, it will be the lowest, then going into Penang and going to Kuala Lumpur.
Hi Queenie,
Because
can I double
different,
hi Queenie, can I double check with you? Is the slides okay? You can still move around the slides? Just curious.
yeah, I'm still moving around, but I'm still talking about the
Oh, sure.
the
Because
map. But the next slides, it will be the photos. So I'm
okay,
going to
sure.
explain in details.
Sure,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much,
Thank you.
Timothy. All right. So for Penang campus itself, as I mentioned, is more towards engineering and IT with UK. So they can study averaging 3 or 4 years in Malaysia, but getting an UK degree. All right. So this is what our Penang campus. So Penang campus, the location from the Penang airport, it will be 15 minutes away to the campus as well. So I would say the location wise is very strategized because just 15 minutes distance, we also have our shuttle bus accommodations related for that campus. So over here, the 3 campuses, it will be related for our international student selections. Then going into INTI College Sabah, it will be more towards business and hospitality major towards Malaysian selections. All right. So as I mentioned about the campuses itself, the details itself, our INTI Nilai is very popular with engineering and IT related for Burmese students. Yes, because why? We do have more than 30 engineering labs that related for that major. All right, as mentioned, foundation up to PhD. All the slides, don't worry, I will send it to you guys later on through Timothy. Then you guys can have a refreshers as well. All right, in campus for INTI Nilai, we do have accommodation 16 blocks. 16 blocks itself, there are certain blocks that we are actually promoting as a free accommodations opportunity for students that are interested to apply to us as well. So check with us if you need more information for this. All right, going into INTI College Subang, around modern city campuses, as I mentioned, surrounding, if you know, Kuala Lumpur, 30 minutes away from Kuala Lumpur. If no traffic jam, but if you are going through train, if you are going to public transport, it's around 40 minutes from our walking distance train station from INTI Subang to a walking distance SS15 train that you can link directly to the Twin Tower. All right. As over here, we did mention about design. We did mention about hospitality. We did mention about the global university partnership for credit transfer also. Okay, a little bit idea that actually going to you. And last but not least, it will be our Penang campus. As I mentioned, they focus STEM related collaborations with UK, especially engineering related, electrical engineering, and also mechanical engineering and computing related for UK program. A level is popular over here as well because our A level students over here, most of them after A level, they are transferring to very, very good ranking university abroad. All right. So this is a little bit what we can share about the 3 campuses. As I mentioned, about 1,000 industries partners. Okay, so from over here, you can see some of the companies that actually related and collaborated with our different projects, different opportunity, or even different workshops or even trainings attachment that help our students not only from the textbook. So we involve a lot of students with companies for what? For them to prepare if they completed their program, no matter you are foundation students, no matter you are diploma students, or even degree master's level students, we want them to have an opportunity to attach or even to engage with the industry. Because engagement with the industry is very important because they know what's the culture working in future, what is the experience or even the skill learning they need to have before they start working. So from here, 99% of INTI graduate able to get employed within 6 months, all right? Because some of the students, they able to get a job offer before their graduations. That means when they going into internship, when they're going into final semesters, they already get some freelance or even an official job opportunity to continue no matter in Malaysia or outside Malaysia itself. So this is what we have for the industry partner collaborations. So just now I mentioned about transfer program, I mentioned about franchise program, I'm also mentioned about our online opportunity program as well. The three that actually I will be mentioning over here. Transfer, that's mean they study in Malaysia just and stepping stone. Okay, maybe 1 or 2 years they obtain the credit exemptions, then they transfer abroad to overseas. All right, so no matter whatever happen later, they will be transferring to they will be transferring abroad to get the bachelor degree. But going into franchise that means they study in INTI Malaysia, that they are getting an international recognition or even international certifications program certificate. All right. So from here, franchise, you can see a lot of our program. You can very easily to notify in our brochures, in our documentation, you will see a lot of 3+0 or even 4+0 program. It called franchise program. Academic wise, entry requirement wise, English requirement, and all sets of documentations, we are required to go through our partner university checking, confirmation, and admission approval. All right, so this is our franchise. So for online program is for those that working adults, they already start working, they have a stable job, but they want to enhance themselves with a bachelor, with a master's, or even a DBA program. We do have online platform for them to study online fully, exam online fully, but they get a academic level up with INTI. All right, this is online. And last two program over here, it will be happening in our INTI International Nilai Dual Awards program. That means you will gotten 2 awards. One from INTI Malaysia, another one it will be from our UK partner. So my next upcoming few slides, I will be explaining the dual awards. That means the system that you study fully in Malaysia, but you get 2 certificates, one certificate from INTI, another one certificate from UK partners with the graduation of official dual awards with us. All right, homegrown program, that means no matter what, okay, everything will be run by INTI Malaysia. It will be a INTI Malaysia certificate. 5 different study options. Student can choose based on their background, based on their academic, and also based on what they want to be later on, whether they want to fully in Malaysia, whether they want maybe 1 or 2 years in Malaysia, flexible, they want to go abroad, or maybe they only want everything in Malaysia. So they can choose based on what they like. All right, this is a few countries that we have been partnership across for bachelor transfer program. That means they can start from foundation or diploma or even our transfer program. Then later on, they transfer to this country have been mentioned. Besides this, we also have few options like I would say the current generation is very interested with. Japan and Korea is also one of the study destinations that actually we have been planning to introduce for our the current students. So these are a few options that student can go for transfer. All right, more than 350 partner university worldwide, including the options of New Zealand, Canada for Burmese students, Germany. These semesters we have been gotten acceptance from our Germany university for students to go abroad, and also we are also planning to have more university in Europe countries for students options as well. So this is few options because I do understand UK, America might be not first choice anymore for Burmese students. Australia might be very, very difficult because of the visa rejection rate. But nowadays, we can see attractions of Canada, New Zealand, Germany coming very, very strong within the Burmese students pipeline as well. So this is what we are having for our degree transfer program. So that one I have been mentioned about transfer. Then I will go into the franchise option. Going into the franchise options, I have 3 universities from UK, 1 from Australia, 1 from America, and another one from France. So over here, the 3 universities from UK, the student will do everything in Malaysia, but get a UK degree. So for students that are having GED students, but we will require SAT to be admissions to University Hertfordshire and Sheffield Hallam University. So GED plus SAT can accept for these 2 partner university. Only GED, all right, they are required to complete their IELTS to admission to America and also French program with us for CY Paris University for Food Services Management. The few slides later, we will have the major for this, yeah? All right, so for these 2, they don't accept GED directly, okay? Most of them, they need to start from diploma or even foundation based on the major they're interested for, okay? All right, the major that are having, as you can see, yes, we do have different major. As INTI, we have more than hundreds program, but not for you to not to scare you and not to make you worried how I can sell all 10. But you can start from those major that you have been having students. For example, as I mentioned, computer science related, IT related, all right, engineering related, or even the hospitality and biotechnology related. Okay, this is a few areas that we actually have been promoting. All right, so going into a little bit about what we having for our partner university, as I just now mentioned, all right, Sheffield Hallam University, Coventry University, and University Hertfordshire. This 3 is from UK. You can see 3 plus 0 or even 4 plus 0. It means 3 years fully in Malaysia and 0 year in UK. All right, it means everything you do in Malaysia, system-wise, academic-wise, entry requirement-wise, whether they need foundation, whether they will need IELTS, everything we follow UK system. Okay, Sims go to Australia. All right, Sims go to Australia. We have business, computer science, media and communication, and ICT. Burmese students mostly is business, computer science, and ICT. All right, so this is Australia program. This is a top 300 QS ranking for Swinburne University of Technology. It's a very, very good ranking university amongst all our partner university, and also an America program. So for sure, your students will be saying, I dream with America, but I can't fly to America. So how? So this is one of the very popular program that actually our America program students previously planning to go to America, but they can't transfer to America due to the visa restrictions. They are progressing with our SNH program. They are progressing. That means they continue an America system program in Malaysia, okay, to be completed a US degree from Malaysia as well. So SMHU available for communication, business administration, and also psychology. All right. Last but not least, the 3 plus 0 in Subang. It will be also very popular program. Why we say so? GED student, they need IELTS 5.5. They need IELTS 5.5. to complete this Food Services Management Culinary Arts Year 1 Direct Entry. For this major, for students that are interested to have practical options, this program, 3 years, they do have 3 times internship. It's a very good shout out for our program over here because not all partner university, they are accepting GED with IELTS. So over here, they also able to get opportunity to have internship in 3 different companies within the program. First year, 2 semesters study, 1 semester internship. Second year, 2 semester study, 1 semester internship. And third year, 2 semester study and 1 semester internship. This is a very unique program that not all institutions is having, but INTI is actually doing this for our hospitality pool. All right. Then going into the dual awards, as I mentioned just now, INTI plus UK, we do have Coventry and University of Hertfordshire for 2 different branches, Faculty of Business under University of Hertfordshire and Communication. Then going into Coventry, it will be Faculty of IT related. So they will do able to get 2 certifications, graduations from INTI and also Coventry or even University of Hertfordshire based on their major. All right, so this is what we are having. Then going into our foundation, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different foundation branches that we are focusing. Foundation in arts. This is for those students that they don't like maths, but they might be thinking to do related on communication or even non-maths business. Non-maths business, it means not for accounting, not for finance. It will be more towards marketing, digital entrepreneurship, or even the related on advertising, for example. It will be under foundation in arts. Then going into foundation in business, it will be mentioning for finance, mentioning for accounting, or even accountancy. Then going to foundation in design, this is more towards to our fashion management and communication, interior architect and design, or even our graphic design major. For design, it will be more towards the drawing arts related, yeah. Then IT is going for computer science and IT, and last but not least, it will be foundation in science. Foundation in science for sure, we don't accept GED students. We don't accept GED students because of the prerequisite major. So foundation in science, currently we have the pool more towards is more on O level. That's mean the IGCSE pools that are actually having the 3 science subjects and the mathematics. All right, and we do have the A-level program as I mentioned just now. Foundation, typically it will be a 1-year program if they pass the English proficiency. Because some students using matriculation coming in foundation, some students using GED coming in foundation, but their English is so-so. They are not having very good English for their English based test. So from there, they might be extended more than 1 year. But if the students, everything is good, all right, including their English, maximum, they will do 1 year for the English, for the foundation program, then going into the category of the major. I think there's a typo error on this foundation requirement. I think it's a 5 credits, it's not a 3 credits. All right, so please take note. Later I will send the updated slides. I think my colleagues have been typo on this as well. All right, A level 1.5 year is a Cambridge A level. We have 2 intake per year, January and July. All right, 5 credits including English is required for A level. Okay, then I will be going a little bit into our postgraduate area. All right, so for postgraduate, we do have 3 different types. 3 different types of postgraduate. One is the fully online version. Later on the next slides, I will be explaining the fully online programs that we are having. All right, but these 2 masters that we are having currently is a face-to-face offline program. Face-to-face offline program, it means they are doing fully in Malaysia. They are doing fully in Malaysia, whether they are going into coursework plus final exam basis or they are going by research basis. So what is the differences? Coursework plus final assessment basis, it means they will be doing classes with group assignment, individual assignment, and final exam for the 1 year master. Okay, so if you are going into by research, that means they need to have a topic to be discussed. They need to do dissertations. They need to complete the viva, and they need to fully work on the research, minimum 2 years to 4 years. Depends on the progressions of the students. So most of our students over here by research is around 2.5 years to complete the viva. All right. So over here, the two types of master's differences that we are having. Then next, it will be our PhD. All right. PhD, we have Doctorate of Business Administration and Doctor of Education. These two first year, they are required to go for a compulsory module in classes, in classroom. So the second year and third year, it will be more towards a dissertation summary. Then going into the viva. Same go to the bio-research over here for PhD. It's a similar enhancement level from the bio-research masters. All right. So over here, we do have the PhD bio-research topic as well. This bio-research is more towards those flexibility they need. They have a business, they have a job in the home country, but they want to enhance themselves as well. This two program is actually available. All right. So this is what we are having for masters. Okay, as I mentioned just now, we do have online program also. Online program, every classes is after working hour Malaysia timing. Okay, after working hour Malaysia timing, we do have masters in IT, business related as well. All right, we do have engineering related construction management and also education management for masters. For PhD, we do have DBA. For bachelors, nowadays we also receive some inquiries because some students, they are willing to continue working because of the economic crisis and everything. You don't wish to lose the job, but they want a program that actually enhancing themselves for bachelors. We do have this bachelor's related for computer science and business related, and also diploma. But I don't think Burmese students that are actually coming for diploma for this online program, but it will be more towards degree and master's level. All right, so this is online. Then going a little bit about most common question, how many international students? As we mentioned, we do have more than 3,000 international students currently fully studying in INTI Malaysia. But for Burmese students, among all the campuses, we have been more than 250 Burmese students across all the campuses, including our INTI Nilai, INTI Subang, and INTI Penang. Actually, in and out, in and out. Why we mention? Because some students, they completed foundation, they want to go proceed for degree, or even some students that have completed diploma, they want to proceed for degree, or even they have been completed masters and planning to continue their PhD with us. So in and out, it means after the visa expiry, they need to renew a visa or even reapply the visa. They need to go through the process of visa processing with INTI campuses as well. All right. So from here, every year we do have international cultures event that actually every countries they will be showcasing their differences of people, the differences of the culture, performance, food, and etc. through our committees in the campus as well. All right, this is a little bit what we are having. So going into tuition fees, if you are familiar with Malaysia, if you are familiar with UK or even Australia or even other country opportunity, you may be actually calculating, hey, how much is per year? How is the tuition fees? And what is the special scholarship that INTI providing? So generally, our tuition fees is the range of 6,000 from foundation up to, for the degree, all right, it will be 22 to 25,000 US dollar for the whole duration of the program. For the whole duration of the program. So if you divide by 3, for example, if you're going into bachelor's, you divide by 3, then it will be like 21,000, 7,000 plus for US dollar per year. So at the same time, we do have our scholarship that student can apply with us. All right. If the students start from foundation and they want to continue degree with INTI, so they can consider a free foundation with us, progressing an INTI degree, any degree, no matter it's a 3+0 program, no matter it's a franchise program, no matter it's a transfer program for the degree, they are having opportunity to get a waiver of the foundation tuition fees. Same go to if the students having merit scores, for example, from IGCSE, from our Ontario, that's been a Canadian academy, or even the matriculations, they can be considered up to 45%. And the normal students that they didn't have merit options, they can have applications of scholarship up to 35% as well. So generally, we do offer up to 100%, depends on the major, because free foundation, it will be 100%. Free English program for those that need English, okay, they can get free English program waiver from our end as well, with the terms and conditions apply. If they apply a degree without any scholarship, they can entitle for a free master studying in INTI as well. So all it will be terms and conditions apply. All right, so I believe this is a little bit last from what I can be sharing. A little bit about accommodations, what we are having for our INTI Subang and INTI Penang campus. It will be outsourced accommodations. If you are interested to know more, we can actually share you some contacts and information that we can collaborate with our outsourced partner. But INTI Nilai campus, we do have in-campus accommodation. We do also have out-campus accommodation. Depends on the preference of the students. Some is walking distance. Some they can come with our shuttle bus as well. All right. The rental range, it will be all campuses. It will be 650 up to 1,004, depends on what are the room type you are interested for. All right, then going into a general idea, what actually going in for the eligibility check process, or even the step-by-step what Malaysia is actually having it. Normally, you can send in the documentations because we won't charge any payment until the students confirm the application process. Okay, so you may send through Yes Education with all the sets of documentation, because if without a full set of documents, we can't do an assessment, we can't do a confirmations of admissions. All right, we will need a full documentation, transcript, and certifications. We need, if the students have IELTS or TOEFL or PTE, we need that. Duolingo is not acceptable for Malaysia education. We don't accept Duolingo. All right, then we need a copy of the student's passport detail pages, because why? There's some students, I have the same student name, Kaumiat, for 3 different students for 3 different programs. So it's appreciated if you can send us the details so we can match the correct students with the correct information. Once everything submitted, you will get confirmation from INTI, a letter of eligibility documentations. All right, you can get a letter of eligibility documentation. Then from here, we will proceed the necessary on the requirement, whether English is required or not required. Because from our end, we do have the specifically program is required English, then we do have specifically program that can get exemption for English for GED students. All right, so if the students, everything is okay, then they will be proceeding with the preparation of application. So for this amount, we are currently charging 3,600 ringgit Malaysia, because there's an increase of pricing about medical in Malaysia. All right, so from that, estimation equivalence is around 1,000 USD, but for sure 1,000 USD you will have a remaining amount. But if you are paying in ringgit Malaysia, it's 3,600 for the application fees. Once we receive this payment, we will count as a student applied with INTI. So a student applied with INTI, we will proceed for offer letter. INTI will work on the visa process for our students. So for Malaysian institutions, private institutions, we will be helping the students accordingly on the visa process. Until the visa approved, we will be notifying the team, hi, the student's name, the student's visa is approved. Kindly prepare the pre-arrival preparation as below. The students need to apply e-visa, online visa from Malaysia Embassy portal. They need to make the advanced tuition fees. They need to make the deposit, registration, admin fees, and tuition fees accordingly. All right. So we are different from UK. UK or even other country, they need to show bank statement. Malaysia is actually quite still easy to apply, okay, without the bank documentation. But student must pay the advanced tuition fees before they fly in Malaysia. All right. So fly in the airport. When they arrive Malaysia airport, INTI will have the respective team, our visa department, to meet the students in the airport. All right. Then after that, they will come campus they will visit campus for next working day for reporting. And last but not least, after everything settled down, reporting done, we will proceed for the enrollment and orientation. So this is the general information of academic check and also application process. So what are the general documentation required? Okay, so this is the list that undergraduate is required. So for arts and master student, they do have different requirement of the documentations. All right, when you send in the documentations, let us know what are the major and program they are interested, which campus, which intake, and do they have English background. All right, then coming into, we need all the documentation for assessment. Academic for high school, IGCSE, GED, matriculation. With matriculation, they need to have the translated version. All right, then going for graduation certificate, the school graduation documents. Then going into a passport, there's some student passport and their academic documents are different name. All right. Then from here, we need additional supporting documents. All right. So IELTS or TOEFL or even English proficiency tests and also other additional informations. So this is what we have for general documentation checking. And this is for application. Application, it means when the student already decided to join INTI, already decided, yes, I confirm want to join INTI already, this is the submission checklist. But don't worry, when you have your first student, second student, third student, you are not familiar, we will work closely with the team over here to support you accordingly for the necessary requirements, okay? Because we want to assist you accordingly step by step until you get a student visa for your students. All right. So this is a checklist for masters. Sorry, I skipped this one just now. Masters and PhD. So they have a longer list to fulfill. All right. So from that, the students will get the documentation confirmation from our end. So I think this is my last slide. Right. This is my last slide. So any questions for me?
Okay,
Do you
thanks,
want?
Thanks, Queenie.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyone has any other questions?
Questions? Any specific requirement you want from me or entry requirement you want to understand?
Any other questions?
I will show these slides. I think this is quite important because we do understand the students' results is coming out very, very shortly. So I believe you have students has been start inquiring, hey, how is Malaysia going? How options I have GED, I have matriculation grade 12, what is the necessary requirement? So we can happily assist you accordingly on any inquiries. If you feel like difficult to help the student to counsel, all right, that means you can't present INTI program. All right, for sure, you can make an appointment with Yes Education team, or even we can actually assist you accordingly to work on that process as well.
Sure, no worries. And I think it's also good that not just there's also Queenie and then there's also Arthur. Maybe some of you might already know Arthur from your previous cases. And also yes, there will be an INTI app. Usually the students usually you can email to us the INTI application form and also the supporting documents so we can also check for the assessment for you just to be sure. Yeah.
Mm. So normal process is if you have an inquiries, you are not sure the students is eligible or not, you can just drop an email to Yes Education with all the list of documentations and major preference because some student they will apply 2 or 3 major at the same time. I want computer science, I want ICT, I want engineering, for example. Then we will check the necessary accordingly. For sure, we will only issue one LOE. One LOE, that's mean letter of eligibility, we will only issue one. From the 3 major, which one they are interested, then we will assist the students accordingly on the final confirmation what they want to study. Yeah. Okay. Is there any questions? I saw there's Q&A questions popping up. Okay. IGCSE, Timothy, I will start. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, okay, go ahead. Yeah.
IGCSE student O level, can they join year 1 degree? Unfortunately, they cannot do join. They can't join degree year 1 for Malaysia, but for America system, yes. For America system, yes. Okay, generally America system it will be a 4 years bachelor, 4 years bachelor. IGCSE student with 5 credit, they will join degree America system year 1. But if you are interested for UK, Australia, French, or other country, they will need to start from our foundation or diploma program because the equivalence is different. It seems go to the matriculation old system. They can't join degree year 1, but they need to start from foundation or diploma. All right. So maybe you can explain also a little bit what are the major your students interested. Then I can actually explain a little bit about the IGCSE O-level pool for you. Can you confirm the pre-visa application fees? Our application fees for first year, including the application fees plus visa fees for the first payment before the visa approved, it will be Ringgit Malaysia, RM 3600. There's a typo. I'm so sorry over that. So I will update it accordingly and send to Timothy so you guys have the latest copy as well. So Malaysia tuition fees, most of the institutions are charging additional 6% of SST. So our fee structures over there are not specifically with the SST. So need to top up. All right. For all bachelor degree program, IELTS 5 or 5.0 is mandatory. Okay, thank you so much, Thierry, for these questions. For most of our bachelor degree program, we are having the requirement of IELTS from 5.0 up to 6.5. Depends on the major and preference. As you can see, a lot of our program over here, we are having a partner university. All right, so let me share the screen again. All right, we will have the partner university over here. Sorry, partner university over here. So partner university, most of the entry requirement, it will be slightly higher. 5.5, 6.0, 6.5. All right, so different program, it will be different IELTS requirement. Generally, it will be 5.0 to 6.5. But if you are going into deep, for example, you want to only understand about engineering, you want to understand about IT, around 5.5 to 6.0. So there's 6.0 with our partner U, the speaking, listening, reading, and writing, they need to meet the specific scoring as well. Okay. Questions? Do I miss out any questions? Any questions I miss out? Okay. Timothy, any questions I miss out? I worry I miss out any questions. Okay. I think you are muted. Sorry.
Sorry, for the Myanmar matriculation, because I think I saw in the MOE that they accepted for direct
Mm.
entry, but it depends on the partner, university partners, right?
All right, very good questions. A matriculation grade 12 student, are they enrolling foundation or first year degree? All right, if the students is going for matriculation grade 12, that's mean the new matriculation system. So from our end, there's certain major they can enter directly year one degree. But they will look into the students' required score and also subjects taken during the whole durations of the matriculation. All right. So, for example, if they want to go for biotechnology, they don't take biology, then they can't enter that major. If they are going for business, they need to have mathematics in specific scoring. So if they don't meet the specific requirement, then they need to start from foundation or diploma. All right. So same time, if you have students that actually having matriculation, IELTS requirement is required as well. Okay, IELTS requirement is required as well. Questions? Free accommodation. All right. Okay, so if the students is interested for free accommodation, it's only available in our INTI Nilai program. INTI Nilai program. How to get free accommodation? It's all first come first serve. Free accommodation, 4 person in one room without any aircon. So it's a normal room, 4 person in a room as well. All right. So from here, we do have opportunity for students to apply based on first come first serve. So if the student is interested during the eligibility check process, you can mention, hi, the student is interested to apply scholarship and free accommodation. Then from there, we will check any available scholarship the student can apply and also any slots of free accommodation the students can apply with us as well. Right?
Okay, I think we got time for one more question.
No problem. One or two more questions are welcome. Okay. So later on, I will be sharing the slides to you, Timothy. Maybe you can actually update for each of them. And
Yeah.
also the general entry requirement, excluding our partner university. Because a partner university, all we need to submit to the portal and also to our partner university approval as well.
Okay.
So from our end, we are happy to assist you accordingly for based on all the details that you guys sharing to us, like academic results, okay, and also the details. We are happy to support, try our best to support.
What
And I believe, yes,
Like what I
Taimati.
can encourage you to do is that after you send me the slide and also the graphic, you can also send me the Google Drive as well. I know you sent it to
Mm,
me before, but I think it's also good that you send me the like maybe you have some updates, then I will know I can
sure.
send this is the correct drive that I can send because
Uh,
just to let you know, everyone, INTI is very open. So they're very open to their access on tuition fee structures, their brochures. So I think it can be very helpful for consultation.
No problem. So in that case, after today's sessions, I will just prepare the entry requirement information, today decks, and also the updated brochures link and files. So from that, everyone can access accordingly. Same time, if you have questions, welcome to actually chat with us. I think Yes Education have been very, very helpful on supporting
Mm.
for any inquiries, even though some students, they have been asking here and there for a lot of times, they are still very, very keen to actually support. Same time, I believe most of the agencies over here or even partners over here, you guys are very familiar with HND and NCC. HND and NCC. So if you have this type of student, we are happy to onboard you. We are happy to onboard you for a credit exemption checking before submission. Because we do accept NCC level 3, NCC level 4, and NCC level 5, same towards HND. It's just the exemptions is different. NCC level 3, it will be equivalent, similar like A level 1 subjects. That means diploma, year 1, cannot exempt to degree. So they need to start from diploma, 2 years diploma, 2 years bachelor. If going into certain majors like engineering or accounting, it will be more than 2 years. Then in going into NCC level 4, they can enter the bachelor program year 1, and NCC level 5, certain major we can get some subjects admissions exemptions. All right, not all exemptions like top up degree from UK, but at least with Malaysian institutions, we can get certain exemptions up to 2 semesters, depends on the major. Not all major can up to 2. There's some major only 1. There's some major 2 semesters. That means they will need to do 2 years 1 semester, or even 2 years 2 semesters to complete the full bachelor's. So for students that are actually having NCC and HND, we do very, very open to accept the admissions as well. All right, because I do understand a lot of pools that are actually coming back to you. I can't go UK. What is my alternative? Can I do a bachelor's? Can I get exemption? So we will need a checklist. We will list down the checklist for you for NCC and HND students, so you can actually give us the details accordingly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it would be
Timothy.
also good that if you send other than, because we do know LCC or HND, it would be good also you can send us other than the transcript. There's also the course outline, the course syllabus. Usually Queenie or Arthur will email to the necessary faculty. I think from what I've
Faculty,
seen,
yes.
that's what I've seen recently, we have been getting a lot about civil engineering, especially a lot, quite recently. So it'd be good to get the course syllabus. We can submit it without the course syllabus, but it will be very difficult for the faculty to, assess on how much credit you can be exempted. So I would, if possible, if you have students that you know definitely they want to apply for exemption, please ask them to collect the course outlines or syllabus from the respective colleges or institutions if you can.
Majors.
Yeah.
Yes, because there's some colleges are 100% able to accredited. That's mean 100% accredited. That's mean Malaysia Ministry of Education MQA accepted. But we also foresee some colleges, they are not under our Ministry of Education accepted college. So that one, if yes, for sure, we will say yes to you. But if no, unfortunately, we will also tell you in upfront, might not possible. We will request back to the high school transcript. We will request back to recommend the students for the proposed program as well. So myself and also my team will be assisting you accordingly. I think Timothy, I will introduce. I think you met Wei Sun before. He will be taking over because Arthur will be focusing for Vietnam, Philippines, and Thailand market. But if you came across, you sent it to him, you can come to me or even very soon to follow up as well. Not a big problem. Our team over here will be very supportive for any questions. All right.
Yeah,
Any
sure.
other
Thanks.
questions before we end the session?
I think there's a few I saw. Oh no, free accommodation. Okay. Free accommodation. I forgot, Queenie. Just the scholarship for the scholarship of the 35% for the first year. Um, I know you said the deadline is already passed, right?
There's certain scholarship we have been open on and off because we do run some ads or even we do run some promotions that
Uh,
every certain durations, if the students is interested to apply scholarship, just in the email applications, all right, just stated the students is interested to apply scholarship or free accommodation. Okay, then we will try our best to accommodate the best scholarship for the students because like this month, end of this month, we have a week open day, INTI, a virtual open day for our partners abroad. So we will have a boost of scholarship on that application time. That means that any inquiries coming in within the timeline of payment, if they pay, then yes, they will be securing the percentage scholarship. But for sure, if we are in the on ground, because I will be traveling. I will just mention again. I will be traveling on end of July for the final promotion for this year 2026 intake for September and also October. So if you guys are interested to work on certain office event or even some catch up with the timeline that actually I'm visiting, welcome to speak with Timothy or even Pafan. We are happy to accommodate. I will be there to actually meet you guys accordingly. I will be there to actually help your students, to assist your student for inquiries as well. So if you are interested, welcome to inform them. End of July to early of August, I think I will be there running some office or even some face-to-face catch-up on in Yangon. So if you are interested, welcome to speak with us. We are happy to assist you accordingly.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Queenie.
No problem. Thank you so much, everyone, and I think have a good week. All
Yeah,
right, it's a
yeah,
Monday
good
for
week,
everyone.
everyone.
So
Yeah,
if
thank
you
you
have
so much.
questions, welcome to chat with us. We are happy to assist you accordingly. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you so much.